What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be a curator today, guys. Guys, we got a great show for you today here on a Sunday here in the museum. And I just want to get some things taken care of as far as our museum on a direction level, if you will. Our museum has been known to have a little bit of everything, from vintage to modern, old school, new school, reproductions, you name it, guys, a little bit of everything, comic books, everything. So I just wanted to add some stuff here to let you guys know what direction in the foreseeable future that the museum will be headed in. We just want to put our subscribers and our viewers in a good place knowledge-wise when you guys tune in to the channel and see various videos popping up, in your feeds. So we want to keep you guys posted and updated on what's happening with the direction of our channel. And I couldn't think of a better way to do it. Now, I got to thinking about this maybe yesterday after my pilgrimage, if you will, to Big Fun Toys down in Columbus, Ohio. It's my second weekend in a row that I went to Big Fun Toys in Columbus, Ohio. And I just really got to thinking, hanging out down there and just looking at all of the toys, all the vintage toys, all the stuff that they had down there. Got me thinking. And it's something that I've been really mulling over, if you will, for the last maybe 2 to 3, 4 months, as far as what direction I want to, go in as far as my museum is concerned. As far as collecting, we have a ton of stuff, guys. And at this stage of my collecting career, if you will, I'm a little older now. I want to make what I'm collecting really count, and especially when it comes to our subscribers and our viewers. I want you guys to be just as satisfied and happy with the videos that you're seeing and the items and the collectibles that you're seeing in the museum and on our channel. So I want everybody to be happy. So it's got to be a win-win for everybody. More importantly, I want to be happy. So needless to say, we're going to be moving away from modern collectibles. And I have so much stuff, so many modern collectibles in my museum. I feel as though I've reached a point now where modern items, collectibles, toys, it's just, for me, it's not the direction I want to go in any longer. That's not to say, and I want to clear this up, guys, that's not to say that I'm not going to, from time to time, get modern toys and add them to my museum. If it would have to be like an exclusive. I'll use our 50th anniversary Batman Mego figure, something like that has a lot of nostalgic appeal to me. That's a possibility. I don't know what's happening with Mego right now. I know they had another wave due out, so we're just trying to see how that looks. But for the most part, it would have to be something like that. The Disney Marvel 4-pack set, something along those lines. It would have to be really exclusive, something that I really like, that really takes me back to my childhood. Something along those lines. I'll probably still be collecting. I know people are going to ask me in a comment section, well, what about Mego? Will you still be collecting all the Mego figures, all the new waves that's coming out? And the answer is probably not. And I say probably because there might be one or two figures in those waves that I might like and I might want to collect. But don't anticipate seeing a ton of Mego videos on the newer Mego figures when they come out, you know, because I really want to focus on vintage. And you say M.I.B, well, what's meant vintage? What are you shooting for? What are you aiming at as far as the vintage collectible market? Well, we know vintage items are deemed vintage by being at least 20 years old. Okay, so any item that's 20 years old or older is deemed a vintage collectible. So that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go back to the 60s and get toys from the 1960s or the 1970s or anything like that. I could have something like I've been filling in my Star Wars collection as of late. And this is from 1997. Okay. So what are we looking at? Roughly 28 years. This was about 28 years old. So anything like that, anything like this, I'll be focusing in on Star Wars figures. Let me see. I picked up a ton of these Star Trek Playmates figures. I'm adding more to my collection. And what year is this from? Let's give you a year. 1996. Okay. So nearly 30 years old. Vintage stuff. Yes, it's going to have to be mint in a box. Practically C10. It's gonna have to be that way. It's not gonna. I'm still not collecting loose items, vintage or modern. That hasn't changed. That won't change. So expect to still see mint in box vintage items. Like I said, my goal is to collect nothing but vintage with possibly a few modern items sprinkled in. It used to be kind of like the other way around, where I was doing a ton of modern stuff. I was just collecting a ton of everything I get, guys, I really like. I enjoy. So it's not like I'm collecting stuff that I just don't like. Everything I have in my museum, I actually like, I enjoy. And that's all the more reason why, I'm shifting directions now and headed towards the vintage phase of my collecting career here at the museum. I really want to get in tune with the vintage collectible market and what I could find to add to my museum. I want everything now moving forward to really just be something that I've wanted to get for a long time, couldn't get it. Maybe they didn't have the museum budget to be able to get it, but everything I want to get moving forward, I want it to definitely have a sense of purpose. So I just won't go into a Target or a Walmart and really just be looking for toys. I was in Target the other day and never ventured down the toy aisle. And I think that was probably a first in years that I never and didn't have a desire to go down the toy aisle at Target. You know, you'll probably be seeing me more at the toy shows. You know, I'll be getting listings of all the toy shows around the country and here in my home state of Ohio. So, like I said, Big Fun Toys is another location roughly 2 hours away from me that I'll be definitely visiting a little bit more on a regular basis because they have a ton of stuff, guys, just vintage stuff just all over the place. And places like that. But you know, you can ask me anything you want in the comment section regarding this, you know, this video. Your thoughts on it, guys. We want to hear what you have to say about it. I think, like I said, I have over 8,000 items here in the museum, so it's gotten to a point now where I just don't want to keep filling up the museum with modern items. We want to go back a little bit more history-wise with our toy collection, and that's why I built the museum in the format and the way I built it, because we want to show these toys how they looked, you know, decades ago. You're looking at an item here that's decades old, you know, that looks like it just came off, you know, a toy store shelf. Still's got the sheen to it, everything. It's essentially brand new. But the only difference is it's nearly 30 years old, you know, so it's a vintage item. And that's just where my mindset is. I'm excited about this journey, this adventure. I don't know all the twists and turns, you know, involved with this. I know there's a lot of vintage collectors out there that I've been gathering information from and asking questions and trying to do my due diligence to see how all that looks. And these guys are the best in their field and what they do as far as being able to find vintage items and, you know, grade them and, you know, the condition and all that stuff. And so I'll really be picking their brain a lot to see, you know, their thoughts on it and where I can find certain items and who has certain items of different toy collectors and toy sellers and things of that nature. So it's going to be a fun process. I just wanted to be as transparent with you guys as possible. So I know a lot of you guys, you know, you're at Target like I am, you're at Walmart like I am, you see these new items coming out, and if you don't see them on my channel, you know, I don't want you to start, you know, worrying and that, you know, say, oh my goodness, what's happening? You know, he hasn't done a video on anything modern lately. Well, this is why, you know, so we want to kind of get this out to you guys and to let you know that, you know, it's going to be, if I had to give it a percentage number from 1 to 100, I'm going to say we're going to be around 95% vintage, you know, in our museum moving forward as far as collecting. 5% modern, 95% vintage. So there's going to be a door open, a small door, a 5% door open, where I will get modern items. Like I said, it'll have to be something that really gets my attention. I was excited about the Disney, Marvel, Disney 4-pack sets. I was really excited about that. I was excited about a few of the new wave Mego figures that were coming out. Some of those characters, superheroes. I was really excited about some of those. Not all of those, some of them. So that's what I say, about 5% modern, 95% vintage, and we'll just take it from there. But your thoughts, guys. We want to hear your comments, your opinions, your thoughts. Leave all that stuff in the comment section, guys, right underneath this video. I just wanted to do a quick video and kind of break some stuff down to you guys on why I'm going the vintage route, why I'm only doing 5%, modern stuff now, and just to and get your input and answer some questions down in the comment section, guys, and let you guys know exactly where where my mind is at with all of this. So I think we can kind of take care of the rest of our conversation in the comment section, guys. But right now, as it stands, I'm going 95% vintage in my collecting and exploring for the museum, and about 5% modern, with my collecting. So we just wanted to keep you guys posted and updated. If that's subject to change, we'll keep you posted and let you know what's happening. But that's all I got for right now, guys. I'll answer all the questions in the comment section, guys, as I see them. I'll try to get to them as fast as I can. You know the routine, guys. God bless. Stay safe and keep collecting.